When people hear the word fat, they instantly imagine something negative, a burden, a flaw to fight or burn away. But the truth is far from that. Without fat, you wouldn't make it through even a single day. Fat isn't just an unwanted layer beneath your skin. It's an intricate system that keeps you alive, functioning, and protected. Every cell in your body relies on it, not only for structure, but also for survival. Fat cradles your organs like soft armor, creates the outer walls of your cells, and acts as your personal energy vault. Even your brain, that extraordinary universe of thoughts, memories, and imagination, is built mostly of fat, nearly 60% of it. Without fat, your body can't even process life-sustaining nutrients. Vitamins A, D, E, and K dissolve only in fat, meaning they would be useless without it. Picture a car engine running without oil. That's how your body would struggle if fat disappeared. It's not the villain we make it out to be. It's the quiet engineer of your existence. Now imagine waking up one morning to find all the fat in your body gone. At first, the mirror might lie. Your reflection seems lean, defined, almost superhuman. But that illusion hides disaster. Your skin clings like plastic to your bones. Beneath that thin surface, the body's stability begins to collapse. Each organ, once cushioned and secure, now sits exposed and vulnerable. Even the smallest movement feels like impact against your own skeleton. Inside, your cells are panicking. They were designed to hold fat molecules known as triglycerides, tiny packages of stored energy. But with those gone, your body loses its savings account. Muscles start burning to fuel basic functions. What looks powerful on the outside is, in reality, weakness eating itself from within. Without fat, your body has no energy reserve, no insulation, and no structural protection. At a microscopic level, chaos grows worse. The membranes of your cells, made partly of lipids, begin to deteriorate. They can no longer keep life and death separated at the cellular boundary. The nervous system collapses first because nerve fibers depend on a fatty coating called myelin to transmit electrical impulses. When that sheath vanishes, brain signals slow down or misfire completely. Thinking becomes cloudy, reflexes dull, and coordination falters. Soon, other organs follow. The skin loses elasticity. The liver and red blood cells start breaking down. It's like the architecture of the body is dissolving from the inside out. Fat doesn't just store energy. It's a builder, a communicator, and a shield. The heart, too, begins to suffer. This organ depends on fatty acids to power more than 70% of its contractions. Deprived of fat, the heart is forced to run on glucose, a poor substitute that burns fast and leaves it gasping for more. The rhythm of life begins to stutter. Each beat becomes an effort, the pulse erratic. Blood pressure falls, oxygen delivery slows, and exhaustion sets in. Fat normally cushions and insulates the heart, protecting it from friction and temperature swings. Without that, inflammation starts and the tissue begins to scar. Meanwhile, the body's internal thermostat fails. Fat acts as insulation, keeping your core warm. Without it, heat escapes faster than you can produce it. You start shivering uncontrollably, but the effort is useless. There's nothing left to burn. Your temperature drops below survival levels, sliding into hypothermia. Confusion clouds your mind, your breathing slows, and the body sinks deeper into crisis. At this point, the absence of fat isn't just making you weak, it's rewriting your biology. Every system that once worked in harmony now turns on itself. the body begins consuming what remains of its own tissue to survive. Muscles shrink, organs weaken, and energy fades into nothing. Fat wasn't the problem all along. It was the silent foundation of life. Inside the body, the collapse doesn't stop with energy loss. When fat disappears, one of the body's most underestimated organs vanishes too: the adipose tissue. It's not just storage space. It's an active, living endocrine network that constantly talks to the brain, muscles, and liver. Through hormones like leptin and adiponectin, it balances hunger, metabolism, and energy distribution. Remove those messengers, and the communication grid that keeps your body stable goes dark. Leptin's absence is disastrous. It's the hormone that tells your brain you've had enough to eat. Without it, the hunger switch never turns off. You could be starving, and your brain would still insist you're empty. At the same time, insulin regulation collapses, throwing blood sugar into chaos. The pancreas strains, trying to restore order, but with no fat to moderate the signals, it eventually burns out. The hormonal imbalance doesn't end there. Fat is crucial for reproductive and emotional stability. In women, estrogen and progesterone plummet because fat cells help synthesize and store them. Menstrual cycles vanish, bones lose strength, and fertility shuts down. In men, testosterone levels fall sharply, leading to muscle atrophy, exhaustion, and mood instability. Across both sexes, serotonin levels decline, dragging mental health down with it. The body's symphony of hormones, once perfectly timed, turns to discordant noise. Meanwhile, the brain, a masterpiece of fat and electricity, starts to unravel. Roughly 60% of it is made of lipids, and without them, neurons can't fire properly. The myelin insulation that helps electrical impulses travel between brain cells begins to break down. Thought becomes sluggish, speech falters, and memory fades. At first, it feels like forgetfulness, but soon, even basic reasoning becomes difficult. The mind starts slipping into darkness, not because it's tired, but because its structure is dissolving. Emotions follow the same path. Fat is required to build neurotransmitters like dopamine and serotonin, the chemicals that make you feel happy, focused, and connected. Without them, anxiety replaces calm, paranoia creeps in, and depression deepens into apathy. The brain becomes trapped in confusion, aware that something is wrong but powerless to fix it. The heart, your most faithful muscle, begins to tire. It was designed to run on fat as its main fuel source. Deprived of that, it scrambles to use glucose, which burns too quickly and inefficiently. Energy shortfalls cause the heartbeat to grow weak and irregular. The protective layer of fat around the heart vanishes, leaving it rubbing against nearby organs with every contraction. Inflammation sets in, then scarring, and finally, collapse. The immune system is the next to surrender. Fatty acids form part of the armor that immune cells wear. They help build membranes and send chemical messages that coordinate defense and healing. When fat disappears, those cells can't move properly or signal for reinforcements. Infections that once healed in days now spread uncontrollably. Small wounds fester, sore throats turn to fevers, and the body's defenses fall apart. The gut microbiome, dependent on fatty acids for balance, becomes unstable, allowing harmful bacteria to invade. Autoimmune reactions appear as the immune system loses the ability to tell friend from foe. With the body's defenses destroyed, survival becomes a losing battle. Muscles start dissolving to keep vital organs alive, a desperate act of self-cannibalism known as catabolism. The liver, stripped of its stored fat, shrinks and fails to filter toxins. The kidneys overwork and dry out, unable to keep the blood clean. Even the lungs lose flexibility because the fatty layer that keeps them elastic disappears. Externally, the body transforms into a fragile shell. The soft cushion beneath the skin is gone. The face hollows, the eyes sink deep, and the skin cracks because the oils that kept it hydrated are no longer there. Every movement hurts. The world feels sharper, colder, heavier. Without fat, there's no barrier left between you and pain. Science has imagined ways to replace fat. Synthetic membranes, nanobots that store energy, artificial cells mimicking lipid behavior. But even those theories fail to capture fat's intelligence. It isn't just a reservoir of energy. It's an evolving network that senses, adapts, and communicates. Machines might copy storage, but not the wisdom that fat carries from millions of years of evolution. Balanced fat, not excess, not absence, is what allows life to endure. Healthy fats found in seeds, fish, and natural oils protect the brain, support the heart, and extend lifespan. Civilizations that respect fat rather than fear it often enjoy sharper minds and longer lives. The real secret isn't removing fat, but understanding it. Fat is not weakness. It's design. It's memory. It's the quiet force that holds the body together. Without it, the miracle of human life falls apart.